especially since you have to be comfortable trying to escape through the cage door as you do climbing over the top of the cage and vice versa.
Seth Rollins gets out of trouble, and quickly.
And now one super kick from the Kingslayer. To think, here's the pin, title on the line! Here we go!
3! The champion retains. The champion retains.
These guys were awesome. Let's take another look.
This match wasn't exactly a barn burner, but we can't expect every superstar to be on their A game every time, I guess.
Here is your winner, and still WWE Universal Champion, Seth Rollins.
This should be an incredible matchup. I mean, both men have extensive offensive repertoires, lasting endurance, and an insatiable appetite to be number one.
And I can't help but get the feeling that this is going to be one of those matches people will be talking about for a long time to come.
And stomping away in the corner. How did they get away with that? That's not legal.
Drop kick hits the mark. Drop kick.
Submission move coming up.
There's no way he's giving up now.
Oh my gosh, surfboard leg breaker. What a stomp. Good grief. Leg drop. Boom. Ring rattling. Phoenix splash.
You gotta be kidding me.
The champ's starting to falter a bit. He'll need to find a way to turn things around here.
He's really starting to look fatigued here, guys, and when that happens, your whole body starts to give out on you. He's going to need to be careful here.
The best way to describe combatants clashing inside a steel cage is its battle of attrition. Sometimes a superstar is left with no choice but to fight fire with fire and do whatever they need to do in order to win the match. And sometimes it comes down to a superstar doing whatever they need to do in order to survive.
Seth Rollins finds a way out.
Byron, you touched on this earlier, but it's so important for a superstar to excel that there's nowhere to run and nowhere to hide in a steel cage match. That the conflict will be resolved within the 15-foot-high steel walls that surround the ring. And that losing a cage match can mean much more than a mark in the loss column. For some, it has meant the end of their career.
It's difficult to describe the damage that can be done to a superstar who competes in a steel cage match. We see the physical harm, but we don't see the psychological effects from being inside the cage. Make no mistake about it, Michael. The steel cage truly represents survival of the fittest.
The WWE Universe has seen the evolution of the steel cage in the enclosure known today as Hell in a Cell. The first time an enclosed cage was seen was in October of 1983 in the last Battle of Atlanta. The enclosed cage was seen a few years later in the War Games match from the NWA. There were even cages stacked on top of each other, like WCW's Tower of Doom.
Byron, when we talk about the progression of steel cage matches and the type of structures that have been spawned from them, I need to point out that some cages have been electrified. One was made from bamboo in the form of a Punjabi prison match. And of course, the elimination chamber with glass pods and steel doors.
And today we have the Asylum match, where weapons are on top of the cage. Just goes to show you that times may change, but the objective to destroy an opponent remains the same. There's still no better way to settle a score than to do battle with your adversary inside a steel cage. It's going to be agonizing for the arm. Nailed it.
He's calling for it. He's looking at it.
Ooh, nasty impact.
But he's running on fumes here. Does he have enough left in him to capitalize?
Splash! He goes for the cover. When this guy's on, look out. And he got a near fall out of it.
Well, Seth Rollins reaches deep and finds the will to survive. I expect nothing less.
Ooh, what an upper. Setting him up for the... the old European uppercut. Before 2017's Extreme Rules, there were just 3 previous tag team matches where championship gold was decided. He might have it.
He looks to be losing a bit of leverage here.
Great job escaping, trying to turn this thing around. Somebody wound him up and he's off and running.
Dominating shoulder tackle.
Serious damage to the arm being inflicted here.
One of these two will be walking out here as champion, while the other will be left to pick up the pieces.
With the red, white, and blue Thunder Bomb.
Oh, man, what a leg drop.
Oh, like a heavy bag.
Gotta believe this one's over. Oh boy, he is rolling.
We know what's coming here.
There's a certain feeling that comes over.
That's what he was looking for, Michael. Seth Rollins is in trouble.
One arm hooked.
Face buster. Here's his moment, Michael.
Wow, let's see that again.
Man, he is simply a walking highlight reel.
Oh, what a slam that hurt! You spoke about this earlier, Corey. It's crucial for a WWE superstar to fully understand the gravity of the situation they're in when they battle inside a 15-foot-high steel cage. An individual must be ready to endure pure brutality and be prepared for the fight of their life. No one leaves a steel cage match without scars.
Corey, you said something of value for once, and that anything is legal inside the steel cage. To that point, something else we've seen over the years is interference. Whether it's The Undertaker coming up through the ring or John Cena getting bashed in the head with the cage door from the outside, it's all legal in the cage.
The rivalry between Ultimate Warrior and Ravishing Rick Rude began during the Super Pose Down at the 1989 Royal Rumble. Then it progressed to where both superstars battled over the Intercontinental Championship. At SummerSlam 90, the rivals met inside a 15-foot-high steel cage for the WWE Championship. Victory could be achieved by pinfall or escape from the cage.
Corey, the WWE Championship match between the Ultimate Warrior and Ravishing Rick Rude was the second half of the double main event at 1990 SummerSlam. The rivalry between the Warrior...
Seth Rollins getting ready.
Harsh impact.
He's making a statement here with this attack.
This could be the end.
According to historians, the twisted metal that we see...
Seth Rollins is looking for the decisive end.
Is he done? And he fights his way free.
He's got to be working on instinct right now, Cole.
Corey, you gave us an impressive history of the origins of the steel cage match. I'd like to point out to our viewers that from the 1960s to the mid-1980s, chain link fences were used to enclose the ring for WWE steel cage matches. A superstar could win by pinfall, submission, or by exiting the cage through the cage door or climbing over the top of the cage.
We should also point out, Michael, that the way to win a steel cage match can vary by match depending on what was agreed to before contracts to compete in the match were signed. Talking about history, at WrestleMania 2, WWE unveiled the redesigned steel cage with solid steel blue bars before returning to chain link mesh in the late 1990s.
It makes sense for Seth Rollins to hold a tag team title with one of his Shield brothers, but to hold it with the overachieving Jason Jordan was the result of a series of unfortunate events.
He's fighting back here.
I expected nothing less, Cole.
Face buster.
That has got to be it.
Those unfortunate events you mentioned, Corey, included a long-term injury to Rollins' tag team partner, Dean Ambrose. Jason Jordan then inserted himself into the Seth Rollins rivalry with The Bar, ultimately winning the tag titles on Christmas night.
Yeah, Raw General Manager Kurt Angle must have thought the duo were good boys all year long to grant them that opportunity. Rollins and Jordan had their own Miracle on 34th Street fight, while The Bar left with Cole in their stockings that night.
Leave it to Byron to make Christmas references.
The best way to describe combatants clashing inside a steel cage is its battle of attrition. Sometimes a superstar is left with no choice but to fight fire with fire and do whatever they need to do in order to win the match. And sometimes it comes down to a superstar doing whatever they need to do in order to survive.
This singles contest has a victor. I can't believe what we just witnessed. Steel cage matches never fail to surprise and amaze.
I'm not easily impressed, but even I thought that match was one of the best I've seen in a while. That's what I love about the WWE, a match that lives up to expectations, but still finds a way to surprise us. Good stuff. He's going to want to make sure he saves every minute of this match for his personal highlight reel because he was on fire in this one.
Here is your winner and the new WWE Universal Champion, Showtime!
What a ferocious conclusion to this steel cage match.
I could watch them go at it each and every week. What a match.
And the crowd here tonight still in awe over that great match.